The summer acting program at Maggie Flanigan Studio is the first step for many actors who think they might be interested in a professional acting career. In this interview, Adam Marsh discusses his experience in the program and why he has decided to enroll in the 2-year program.
Honestly, I wasn't really sure what to expect. I'd never done any acting classes before. Memorizing lines, learning maybe about the business a little bit. I didn't know what I was getting into at all.
Okay, well now that you have 1 week left of the intensive, if someone were to ask you now what you think it means to train as an actor, what would you say?
Oh wow, I would say what it's meant to me at least is learning about my own emotions and learning how to really listen and be present, and I've learned so much more than acting, I guess. It's hard to say exactly. Can I think about it for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would say what it's meant to me to learn about acting and to study acting is to find out how to really pay attention to how I feel and really discover how I'm responding to another actor and what's going on, and really listen and have those feelings and experience them. So.
What was something that happened during these past 6 weeks that was a surprise or that changed you?
I've had so many experiences that I didn't even realize I was capable of, just experiencing despair and rage, and I said some horrible things to people, and I didn't know I was capable of any of those things. I think I've cried more in the last few weeks than I had for years before that, 5 or 6 years before that. And I was afraid that I wasn't going to be able to, this is terrible, I thought about it this way, but that I wasn't going to be able to fake those kind of emotions. And I've really felt them.
And before you started the 6-week summer intensive at Maggie Flanigan Studio, had you ever studied the Miser technique before?
No, I didn't know anything about it. I think I had a vague idea that it was about repetition or something, and that was it.
And the first 6 weeks are basically the first 6 to 8 weeks of first year, so that's what the summer intensive is. What would you say is, I know that you learned a lot, but what would you say is the one thing that has made the biggest difference for you, if you could pick one thing?
I think the biggest thing is learning how important it is to really prepare and craft for a scene or whatever it is you're about to do, because that's all you really have control over, is how you prepare for it before you get there. And by really doing that, you can go into a moment and actually believe what's going on, right? And it makes such a huge difference, and it allows you to experience things in a whole different way.
And you also were taking movement, voice, and on-camera classes this summer.
Yeah.
So how did those classes, what did they do for you, not only as an actor, but inside the acting classroom with Charlie as well? How did they help your growth in the work?
Sure. I think, all right, so movement, voice, and on-camera. Voice showed me that there were here, start over. So while acting showed me there are these whole like worlds of emotion and feelings inside of me that I didn't know were there. I think voice showed me physical things that I didn't realize I had access to, and allowed me to kind of explore that, and gave me some really practical physical warm-ups and exercises that allowed me to kind of pay attention to what was going on in my body and how it was affecting me. So sometimes before acting class, I would just do some of those things to mentally prepare and loosen up and try and prevent these like physical blocks that I carry with me from affecting how I was going to behave. And then I think movement it brought me back to feeling like a child again, and feeling creative and playful, and we do so many things now that just kind of feel like fun games to me. And I think it's probably really important to have access to that, and to be able to, play pretend and be like a toddler again when you're acting. And the last one, the on-camera stuff, we start with scripts right away in there, and it let me see my own progression a little bit, and there was a real difference in the way I approached those scenes at the beginning and now, and it's only been a few weeks, but it's been fun to see what that looks like.
And how would you describe working with Charlie as a teacher?
Charlie's tough. He is very direct. He tells it like it is, and it's really helpful to me because I know that whatever he says, it's exactly what he sees, and I can trust him. And it's a safe space in the studio, and you really need somebody that you trust to train with when you're going to be so vulnerable in those moments, to know that whatever he says afterwards isn't going to be just to break you down or flatter you or anything like that. He just tells you, the advice that he thinks is going to be most meaningful. And then when he says you're on the right track, or, good job, it's really meaningful and it helps a lot. And he's a good guy.
And what would you say to someone that who's thinking about taking this summer intensive, but maybe they're on the fence about it, or they're unsure, they've taken a lot of classes, will this just be like all those other things? What would you say to that person if they were thinking about taking any of our intensives at Maggie Flanigan Studio?
Sure. I asked somebody this question before I took the intensive, and they said that it changed their life, and I don't think I really was capable of understanding that at that time. Like, what does that even mean? But it's absolutely been true for me. I don't think... It doesn't seem likely to me that there's another program or school out there. Maybe there's a few, who knows, but that could have allowed me to grow so much, just as a person, emotionally, and in just a short period of time. I don't know, I'm doing the 2-year program now, so I must like it.
Learn more about the summer acting program and the Meisner Intensive by visiting the acting programs page on the studio website. Students who are interested in applying for admission to the studio should complete the online application before contacting the studio. Students who have questions about the schedule and class details can call 917-789-1599.